Okay, so this is going to be the final warding video I think that I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a ward here in all of the locations that we said these are potentially good pink ward locations. These are the locations where we say putting a pink ward at these spots could potentially be beneficial for our team.
Not so sure.
Alright, so we're going to put one in all of these locations. So now let's pretend I'm on red team. So pretend I'm on red team. Okay. Where do I want to place my ward to where it won't get pinked? Where can I place my ward? We're assuming that these are all potential pink ward spots.
I fell in love with the crag.
Where can I place my ward? Right here? Right here. Right? Right in the middle, right where Scuttle Crab is. The odds of someone, so this is potentially a safe ward placement. This is why here is also a good placement for a pink ward. Right? It's not the absolute best location for a pink ward, but it's potentially a good location for a pink ward. It will get, this pink ward will get cleared out very easily if you put it here. Very often, very easy to clear out this pink ward. Okay? But it is potentially a good place. Right? So we said, like, right here in this middle area where I'm going, doing my pings here through this area, this is a spot that is less frequent in terms of being spotted by pink ward placement. Anything here will very frequently be taken out by pink wards. Anything here will very frequently, like, it's basically, you don't even ward here. It will just always get cleared out by pinks or sweeper. It's basically a waste of time if you're on red team to ward here. Right. So let's go back to
who wants to get protected?
Position for let's flash around here. Let's get our wards at the optimal locations. Alright, so we have all of our wards at optimal locations. And I'm going to ping, if I'm on red team, here is where wards will be least likely to be sweeped out. Right here, right here. Right, these are basically the only locations where I can ward, where there's the lowest chance of pink, pink ward taking out my ward. Here's another one right here. Right at the tip of the brush here. Right here. And right here. So here we have our red team ward placements. Red side ward placements, yay, we see them now.
Not sure I understand.
Here they are, right here, right here, right here, right here. These are the least likely locations to be taken out by pink wards and sweepers. Ping it one more time. Right here, 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 and here. Now we see our red side ward placements.
One people here is
for, any jungler, bottom lane, mid laner, doesn't matter. Right? So what does this ward right here do? The pink ward is being placed here. So does the pink ward spot this ward? No, it doesn't. But guess what? Now this pink ward here suddenly becomes maybe a better spot to place the pink ward. Suddenly this is okay because you can potentially sweep out this ward here if people are getting cheeky and trying to ward there. So let's say I'm always warding here on red side because this will spot the jungler bottom, and so the jungler starts to realize, holy cow, they just spot on my ward. They spot me every time I try to roam. So what the mid laner will do is he will start to evolve his pink placement to move it farther back to this location here. We see now this pink ward will spot this ward on the by the blast cone. So you kind of evolve your pink ward placement, and you say, I'm willing to take the risk of some jungler hopping the wall here and getting a wraith camp because the odds of me sweeping out a ward placed here is okay. Right, so if I'm a jungler and I want to stop the mid laner from roaming bottom, what's a very good way for me to spot out the mid lane roams? It's just to walk into the dragon pit and place a ward over the wall right here. This ward is spotted by me. So this makes this pink ward becomes a decent location, despite the fact that this is still a weakness right here. right? So using this information, if we're on red side, we can adopt the ward placements that we talked about on blue side, just switch them up to the top of the map, which is here, which is here, here, potentially here.
They made me to stop.
So all these placements are reversed.
But I hate when it's gone.
So our red side ward placements for bottom lane could potentially be the same as our blue side ward placements for top lane. Right? So we're going to place again, we're going to place wards at what we decided were the optimal ward locations. Here's an optimal ward location. Right? Here's potentially an optimal ward location. Here's an optimal pink ward location. Where I'm standing is another optimal ward location.
Majestic.
So if I am on blue side, where can I place a ward where it won't get swept out? It's right here. Potentially right here. Right, these are the potential pink ward placements. Where I'm standing, these are all the spots where it's probably best to put your pink ward, which means that if I'm warding, it's these two locations. So what we do is we want to say sometimes we put the pink ward here, sometimes we put the pink ward here. Because this clears out this opening here where I'm taunting, where you can potentially have a safe ward placement. Right, so let's say that I have Scuttlecrab control. And I just miss Scuttlecrab with my phone. Scuttlecrab, let's look at now Scuttlecrab Vision. What does the Scuttlecrab Vision actually help top and mid lane? Basically not at all. I can still walk through here to gank. I can still walk through here to gank.
Do I get to crush that? No.
Right. So these two ward locations are still required, even when you have Scuttlecrab. Right. So again, looking at this ward location, I cannot gank mid without being spotted unless I can hop over the wall. If I use my abilities to hop over the wall, my gank is less effective.
It sounds like
right?
thunder.
So this is still the optimal ward placement. This is still the optimal ward placement. Knowing this, these are still the optimal ward placements to counter the pink ward locations. It's right here and right here, where the Scuttlecrab is, and back here behind the wall. So that's in general to say I need a ward that won't get swept out. It's probably right here in front of the Rift Herald or right here back behind. So this does two things. Putting the wards right here. Putting the ward right here. Does two things. Okay. First, it spots Rift Herald. Second, it avoids common pink ward locations. So two positive things there. Right, I'm on red side. This ward right in front of dragon does two things. Stops dragon placement, and it makes it so that this pink ward won't ever sweep it out. This pink ward won't sweep it out. This pink ward, none of these pink wards here, where my cursor is, will sweep out the ward right in front of dragon. So usually, unless the team is going to take dragon, they will almost never pink ward in front of the dragon. This means these two locations here are the best safe locations for a ward if you don't want it to get cleared out. They're not optimal in terms of the vision they provide, but they're least likely to be cleared out.